Hey Budget Fam, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Welcome back to the channel if you are part of the Budget Fam already. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jordan. We love doing cash stuffing and budgeting on this channel. This is my 1 year day. Exactly 1 year ago, I started my YouTube channel. So today is a little bit different than the typical videos you would find on my channel. Earlier today, we did a full 1 hour premiere where I launched the first part of the question and answers, and I was in the chat box just to chat along with you guys. So if you're catching this live, I'm doing the same exact thing. This is a premiere video, so it's pre-filmed earlier in the day. It's actually 10 o'clock before, it's 10 o'clock on the day that I started YouTube. So on Saturday, when this is going live in the night. All of this is unnecessary information. Basically though, I am in the chat box if you're catching this live. I will be here to chat with you guys as you watch this premiere. So what we are doing now is we're going to go back to this chat, updates, and shopping. We're going back to this video because this is where you guys left me questions for me to answer during these Q&A videos. If you are new too, I just want to say that this is primarily cash stuffing, cash budgeting, but I also talk about making Etsy and YouTube my full-time income because I've been able to do that this last year. I also talk a bit about homeschooling. I talk about all the things. We just discuss everything on this channel because I really feel like budget is very connected with everything in your life. So it's primarily cash budgeting, but we talk about all the things. You guys are very involved in my life and I absolutely love it. So we are going to skim through these comments. A lot of these we have already asked, we have already answered, but I answered that first Q&A 2 nights ago. So there has been more questions that have come up since then. So give me a second, let's skim through. If you guys are catching me live, let me know in the comments how you are doing or in the chat box how things are going. This might just take me a second to find questions that weren't already answered. So earlier, the first video today, I was able to go through things more quickly, but today I'm gonna have to filter the questions, right? Make sure I haven't already answered them. Why does my brain over-explain everything? I have no idea. Okay, so did we answer this? Don't feel bad. We should see. Already answered that one. Alexandria asks, when will your planner be out? So my planner it was supposed to launch, right? It was supposed to launch 4 months ago or something was my projected start date, but Etsy got very busy and I absolutely love that Etsy got very busy because I've enjoyed making all the things for Etsy too. But now that my sister-in-law is helping me with Etsy orders, I expect her to be fully taking care of orders, not all by herself. I will still be here. Sometimes I just want to pack orders and I love to work on them too. So I will still be involved, but she could be completely doing her own thing with it, I think, in the next couple of months. And as she gets closer to being able to do all of the Etsy things, meaning prepping the order, restocking, and doing the shipping label and all of that stuff. So not creating for the Etsy stuff, but all of the shipping out orders stuff and all the restocks that comes with that. Once she's able to take over all of that, that will completely free me up to launch way more stuff for Etsy, and it will free me up to work on the planner line and give that a lot of attention. I am going around in a circle. Basically, I don't know exactly when it's going to be out. My projected date is October because I would like to be ready for the new year, to give it to you guys in time to set up your new year planning and stuff. So will that happen? I don't want to make any promises, but the goal is October. I'm scared to put that date out, but I really feel like in the next couple of weeks, I should be able to amp up what I'm working on. And as long as nothing needs to be ordered from out of the country or somewhere really far away, I don't see why that can't happen. I think I have everything I need, and most of my stuff for the planner should come locally. So maybe October? I don't know. Good question though. I'm really excited to get to start on that planner line. It was my dream from a year ago. It's been my dream for even longer than a year, but I started YouTube as a hobby hoping for a side income, and then I hoped the planner would be my primary income. And the journey has not been what I thought it was going to be, and I'm loving that cash budgeting and all of the stuff I do for the, for Jordan Budgets line. I'm loving that it's all been as successful as it has been, but the planner took the back burner, you know what I'm saying. The planner got pushed back a little bit, and the new projected date is October. That's not a date, but the projected month. Did you ever think, okay, for perfect segue. Did you ever think that this is where your journey would take you when you started a year ago? Did I already answer this question in the live earlier today? I don't think I did, so I'm going to answer it again. I definitely did not think that my journey would be where it was like a year ago. A year ago, I thought the paper planner would be off the ground, but I didn't think YouTube would exist at all. I didn't think Etsy, backtrack. I knew that YouTube would be a thing because I started it a year ago. I didn't know it was going to be as big as it would be. I did not know I would be selling paper, like budget stuff on Etsy, so I didn't know Etsy was going to be a thing. I expected the paper planner line to be started, but I thought maybe I would have a handful of sales on that. So not at all what I expected, but pleasantly surprised with what the journey has been. Let's see. Okay, answered that one earlier today. Answered that one. Let's do this. Let's start from the bottom. Let's go down because I think all of these are older questions at the top. And then at the bottom, we probably didn't get to many of those. So I don't know if we're going to run out of time because I do need to end this at a little before an hour to go ahead and jump over and chat with you guys in that Q&A one. So we're going to start at the bottom, work our way up, and then if we have any more time, then we will come back and skim through those top comments. Okay, so Lori, who is always around, thank you, Lori. I love that you've been on this journey with me. Lori asked, how do I start a YouTube channel using AdSense to be monetized? So Lori, step one is to figure out how to upload a video and how to get your channel set up. I could not possibly answer that in this sit down. There's not too much that needs to go into starting your channel, but you do need to pick your channel name and set up a few things. YouTube is an amazing platform. You can find anything. You can YouTube how do I change my channel name? How do I upload a channel picture? How do I upload my first video? You can YouTube all of those things and find very helpful information on how to start technically on YouTube. Connecting it to AdSense is also something you could look up, but I wouldn't even worry about that because you can't do anything with that until you've hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So first step is to take things a step at a time. I think the thing is with YouTube, a lot of people want to do YouTube, but then they get overwhelmed with all of the steps and how they're going to do it. I think YouTube is amazing. It's a great place to find your community. It is a great place to put yourself out there and just find your community. I think that's the most amazing thing about YouTube. Keep your accountability, find your people. If you're doing the budgeting thing, it's a great place to be. But I think that with a lot of things, people want to take 10 steps at one time, and you have to take one step at a time. And that's what's going to get you where you need to be and where you want to be. So how to start, I wouldn't worry about AdSense. I wouldn't worry about anything else. Think about those little things. What do you want your channel name to be? And then search how to change your channel name. What do you want your picture to be? And then search how to change your picture if you don't know any of those things. And then just sit down and do it. Film your first video. Start trying to build your little community, watch people that inspire you and comment with them and stuff like that. So step one is not using AdSense, but I will say AdSense on YouTube is very easy. Once you get that 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 watch hours, there is a little tab on the back end of YouTube it just says monetized, and it will bring you through the steps of what you need to do. You don't have to go to a separate AdSense section of the internet or something. It is all right there on the back end of your YouTube platform. So step one is just start working on your videos, start uploading, and it will, by the time you need to get to AdSense, it will be easy for you. Does that make sense? Okay, so I didn't know your situation. Yes, I was in a domestic a domestic, am I going to get, you can't say certain things on YouTube or they will like unmonetize you. But yeah, I was in I will highlight it here. I was in a relationship like that, and I am so thankful to be out. I guess at this point I am about 5 years out, almost 6 years out of that relationship. How did you get so many subscribers? I just started YouTube and I only have 8 so far. My friends and family are not supporting me as much as I wanted. I know I mentioned this in the other video, but I did not even tell my friends and family about my YouTube channel. And here's the truth of that situation. I completely understand where you're coming from and why you would want that. But our closest friends and family, especially if you are doing budgeting, I don't know exactly what your niche is. I'll have to come back and check out your channel. But if you were doing cash budgeting, I will be honest with you. In my everyday life, in my friends and family group, I don't know anybody that does cash budgeting. Maybe one person, and I've like converted them to it, right? So the cool thing about the internet is you can find your people with any little, like anything that you do. If you enjoy knitting, you can find people that really love knitting. If you do cash budgeting, you can find your community on YouTube. So I would not rely on your friends and family to be the ones that are helping you get your word out about your channel or who are supporting you in this journey, because I what am I at, like 23,000 subscribers? A couple of them might be family and friends, like 2, maybe 3. They know that I have the channel and stuff, but I wouldn't say any of them even watch it. So even the friends and family that are subscribed, I think my mom watches, and I think my friend Nicole watches. So I would say that I mean, a lot of people, not everybody knows about my channel, but plenty of people do. I have a twin brother and he is not watching my channel. He has no idea what I'm doing on the internet, and he and I are very close. Same with my sister-in-law. She's not working with me, but I don't think she watches my channel very much either. So that, y'all know I could be ranty. My point is that you can't rely on your friends and family who are local to you to support you, because that may just not be their thing. You have to find your community online. And I will say, when you first start, you want to be building your community and your friends through YouTube. So I'm hesitant to say this because my brain is thinking of all the things. I'm not saying to build your network in a strategic way, but I'm saying to build your friendships on YouTube in an authentic way. And that is going to help your channel grow, but that's really just the benefit of making those connections. When I first started, and I will say my channel grew kind of fast. So like, I don't have a secret. If anyone's waiting for me to like release the secret, I don't have one. But I will tell you what I did is I joined the community because I wanted to network and talk and just be a part of what I was seeing on YouTube. And I wanted to be a part of this community. So Ureli, who started the same day as me, I found her channel pretty quickly and I would comment on her videos. Same with Kathy. She has cash in plans. No. That's Ureli. Ureli she has cash and plans. Kathy's Cash and Coin. Okay, I will get there. Kathy's Cash and Coin was one of the first people I found. So I was chatting with her all the time. And by chatting, I also mean I was leaving comments in their videos. And so they would chat back with me, and I assume other people would then see our conversations. Now, what I'm trying to avoid happening is, do not go to a channel, for example, and just be like, I have a YouTube channel too, let's connect. Like, don't do that. I just mean, like, I would be uploading videos, and then when Kathy from Kathy's Cash and Coin, when she uploaded a video, I would go and I would comment something about like what was going on with her, like if she talked about her daughter or something, like I would leave a real comment. I was making genuine connections. I was genuinely trying to connect with other YouTubers who had the same interest. They would then subscribe to me and they would have an interest in me. And then somebody who read the comments, they might say, oh, this girl looks like she has a budget channel. So they would then go over to my channel as well. I assume that's how that happened, but I do know my very first subscribers came from other cash budgeters that I was watching and commenting with. So we built a very tight-knit, very small community of cash YouTubers, and then over time, things grew more quickly than that. Sometimes I answer things, guys, and I'm like, did we even get to the point? I hope we did. Sometimes I don't know though. Okay, so Amanda's question is a good question. What did you do before you were a YouTuber or an Etsy shop owner? I was a grant writer for a little while right before the pandemic started. Really wanted to keep that job, really loved that job. That is somewhere I could see myself being long term. My intention was to do that here and then move somewhere that had a bigger nonprofit, like once my boys were older. So grant writing, I would say, was my cup of tea. I have an English degree, and then so that really like built up my writing. And then I have a master's degree in library information science, so a very research focused degree. So I wanted to be a grant writer. That lasted just for a little while. Like I started the job, the pandemic happened, and because I was one of the newest employees, it just wasn't working out. That could be a whole thing, but just short answer is it didn't work out. I then took, because then we're at the start, like middle of the pandemic, I took a call center style job for a little while. It was not my cup of tea. I knew that from day one, but you do something to pay the bills when you're a single mom, right? And I feel like with another company, I don't think it was the call center job as a whole, although definitely not my personality to be just chatting on the phones all day and answering questions the way that I was. It was for a health insurance company. So I feel like that is what really did it in for me though, because I was on the doctor or billing end of things. So when people had health insurance questions of like why their bill didn't get paid or how something was going to pay out, they would call my line. And so I had to chat with them while I'm trying to find them information or while I'm trying to de-escalate why the company doesn't pay what they thought it was going to pay. It was a lot. I think I was at that job for like 8 months. And that is whenever I was like, okay, I've had 2 jobs back to back that didn't work out for completely different reasons. I love the grant writing job, but they were like in the middle of changing management and it was chaos in its own way. And then with the call center, I had better people that I was working with, I would say, but it just, I knew from day one, like you know if something is your style and what you want to do, right? I knew the call center thing was not something I could keep up long term. So having the 2 back-to-back jobs that just were not working out for completely different reasons, I, in the middle of that call center job, started saving money and saying, okay, I'm going to launch a paper planner line. I'm going to launch a YouTube channel. And I saved up, I think it was 2 or 3 months worth of money that I needed to live off of. You guys can go back to my first videos and I tell you guys, I don't remember what it is because my memory is terrible, but I had set a certain amount of, like I had a certain amount of money set aside for a certain amount of months. And I said to myself, like, you've got like these 3 months to make enough income to not have to go find another job that you're probably not going to like, right? So within those first 3 months, I was able to get monetized on YouTube. I was still getting child support back then. So YouTube and Etsy, because Etsy started pretty soon too. YouTube and Etsy and child support and the little bit of savings got me through for the first 3 or 4 months. And then by month 4, I was supporting myself on YouTube and Etsy because then child support ended. So that is what I was doing. Y'all, okay. I'm going to try to focus on the question and not go in a roundabout way. Let's see if that happens. What is something, oh, hey, Sarah. So I love Sarah too. Sarah's been here from the beginning. So what is something you wish to do on YouTube now? What is something you wished you do on YouTube now that you wished you did sooner? That you wish you did sooner. So something, I don't know. So I'm reading this, I think I'm reading this right. But you're saying, what is something I wished I did on YouTube right now that I wish I did sooner? I don't think there's anything because if I have the idea to do it and I want to do it, I just kind of do it. I think that is one of my strengths is once I decide something, I just kind of go for it and see what happens. But if we could take this question though and say, y'all, I just said that I'm going to answer the question that was asked. And I'm like, well, but let's reword this question. So Sarah, if you mean like, what is something that I wished I did on YouTube sooner as a whole? I wish I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say for this one, this is a hard one because I don't think there's anything. I think that if I wanted to do it on YouTube, I just did it. And so there's nothing that I'm not doing now that I wish I did sooner. Does that make sense? Because I'm kind of just going for it. I do think I wish I would have started the giveaways a little sooner. I don't think I started them at 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I did. I don't think I did though, but that would have been cool if I've done it for like every 1,000 subscribers. I'll have to go back and see when I started the giveaways because I'm not too sure. Do you have any advice for someone wanting to start YouTube? Yes, Rose, same as the question I answered earlier. Just do it. Take one step at a time. Think about the problem of today. Like for today, do you want to figure out a YouTube channel name? Do you want to pick a different picture? Pick one thing to do today and just do that thing. If your thing for today is a YouTube channel name, I say give yourself a day or two to pick that channel name. Don't get hung up in trying to make everything perfect, trying to pick the perfect name. That is something, I don't know if that's a me problem or an everyone problem, but I tend to get stuck on things. And I will say with this channel, I have been very good about not letting myself get stuck on things. But my problem in the past had been, I would say, oh, I want a channel on such and such. Like I would love to have an emergency prep channel, for example. That is something I wanted to do years ago. And I would say, oh, but I don't know what the name is going to be. And I would spend weeks trying to pick out the name. Just give yourself a day or two to pick out a name. And then by the end of that day or two, whatever is your best name that you've got, put that name out there, whatever, if it's like Rose Budgets or whatever, like just pick a name and go with it. Then pick your next step. So like, is your next step your picture? Or do you want to stick with your picture? If you want to stick with your picture, then like write your channel description. So give yourself a day or two to do all these things. You shouldn't need that long. Then film your first video, upload that first video. Give yourself a day or two. Do not give yourself like, I want to do a video this week. Don't do that. Give yourself a day or two. Give yourself a time limit, because if you say, I'm going to do it this week, you're going to put it off until Sunday. And then on Sunday, you're going to say, oh, I have a headache, so maybe I should do it next week. So like give yourself really short timelines. Maybe that can be my advice. Give yourself short timelines. Give yourself little tasks, right? So that you can slowly start moving in the right direction. Don't think that you have to do everything in one day, but also don't give yourself really long timelines or you'll just never get back to it. Let's see. How long did you wish to be on YouTube before you started, and what made you actually want to do it, or what made you actually take the steps to do it? I think I just mentioned I wanted to do an emergency prep style channel for a very long time. I also wanted to have a family style channel for long before when that was popular. Now I've sort of grown up, and I think the internet has grown up too to realize that children being all over the internet is not the safest or smartest thing. So I'm glad that didn't come to be. But so yeah, I mean, who hasn't wanted to be on, like if you're on YouTube or you're thinking about doing YouTube, you've probably been thinking about it for a while. Can you guys hear that really loud airplane in the background? Maybe not, because I have a mic. Hopefully you can't hear it. So I think that if you want to start YouTube, you're likely somebody who's wanted to start and who's had multiple ideas. I don't think that I'm unique to that. I think, but I guess, okay, so how long have I wanted to do it though? For a while. I mean, probably for 8 years or 6 years, I wanted to do it for a while. I've had different ideas throughout the years. It's all passions of mine that are still present in my life now. I think what made me actually stick with budgeting though is because I do have kids around. I mean, I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. So wanting to do YouTube while they've been small, it just hasn't seemed very possible. Or I would start filming something and then a kid starts crying in the background. So I think 2 things actually helped me do it. One, my kids are older, so they can actually be, they could be doing their own thing a little bit while I film sometimes. They're also in different schools and different places sometimes. So them being older has really helped. I think it being budgeting too really helped because I really wanted to be a part of the budget community more than I've wanted to be a part of some of my other ideas. I've just felt most drawn to it. I'm somebody who is multi-passionate, and I think a lot of people are. So I'm very passionate about organization, emergency prep, cash budgeting, anything like planners, anything that has to do with any kind of organization or being prepared with life. I think you can see like all of those things fit into that general theme. I'm obsessed and love all of those things. So I could equally be as passionate about all these different channels, but the wanting to be a part of the cash budgeting community is what really put me into this and made me actually jump out and start doing this. Let's see. We have time for just a few more questions. I think I have an alarm that should go off and let us know. I think we have 20 minutes or so. Rose, this is a great suggestion too, because I did talk about not sharing paper planning, but Rose said in this comment, she said you could do a before the pen video. I think a few of you guys gave that suggestion, and I probably will do that now that you guys have put that idea out there, especially as I launch the paper planner line and want to show you guys all the fun things and things that I'm excited about. I can do some before the pen planner videos. I'm having such a hard time speaking today. I'm sorry. Sometimes, guys, this is just what you get from me. Sometimes I can get my ideas out there a little bit better. Sometimes I'm on the struggle bus. This is one of those days. Oh, see, so Rebecca said the same. Could you set up the week spreads in a plan with me and just put Post-it notes over like the confidential stuff? So yes, absolutely love the idea that you guys gave me for that. How long have you been cash budgeting? I have been cash budgeting for, I think, a year before I started YouTube. I started cash budgeting and then I started YouTube. So I was not taking it as seriously before I started YouTube, but I started YouTube because I wanted to take it more seriously and I wanted to get on track. So I wanted you guys and the community to really help keep me accountable, and it has definitely worked. So, but then, do you wait until closer? Okay, I tried to skip to the end of this question and my brain was like, what? But maybe I should read the whole thing. So I have a question about your budget for your kids' birthdays and Christmas gifts and how you shop for them. I set a budget and try to shop throughout the year when I find good deals on things, but then my daughter's interest may shift a little. Do you wait until closer to each occasion or shop early? Tiffany, this is a great question. Okay, I will share what I do. I used to, when my kids were much smaller, I was doing the exact same thing. I was shopping before things came up because I wanted to shop those deals and then be able to have things for them once that holiday or once their birthdays came along. I have found, just like you though, that my children's interest may change month to month even, okay? So their birthdays are in less than a month away. No, I'm skipping ahead. But their birthdays are a little over a month from now, and I have not birthday shopped or even looked at anything because I know their interests are going to change. So absolutely, I have changed my approach and I wait until Christmas or birthdays are there. I also, for Christmas, I like to shop Black Friday deals. So I tend to start my shopping on Black Friday and then moving forward if I have the money to. And this year I should definitely have the money to because I've been able to keep my budget right? So I am somebody who does not like to shop ahead, though I completely understand the thinking. And if you have less picky children, I think that's a great idea. My children, though, I don't know. They get obsessed with things and it changes. So like they will be obsessed with one thing 1 month and literally by their birthday, 3 months later or whatever, it is a completely different thing. So I am a last minute person and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. If you were catching this live, tell me in the comments or in the chat what you guys do. Do you wait until the moment before or do you like to shop throughout the year so you can catch the sale? I feel like this is one of those questions that's going to be very split. People are going to be very half and half. If you're not catching it live, let us know in the comments what you like to do. That is a great question that I'm very interested to hear what others say. But yeah, I found when my kids were little and I did that, they would outgrow things that I was purchasing. Probably too, if you have a lot of kids and you can kind of gauge what stages they're going to be in, maybe you can be better at guessing those things and being ready for upcoming birthdays and holidays. I was not rocking that. I had to stop. So I stopped doing that. Do you have any other extra income for support for your house and kids? No, I don't get child support. I don't have any other job. I am fully living off of YouTube and Etsy income. I think like 3 months ago, I got $10 in child support, but no, I didn't even get it out of the bank. I have lost that card. To be honest, I would have to get a new child support card if he ever were to start paying again. But no, I don't get any child support. I don't get any money from family or anything like that. I am completely on my own with the kids. And to be honest with you, it has felt amazing. It was terrifying when it happened, when he stopped paying child support. Also, when he stopped paying child support is right around the time that child tax credit, like, what was it, $250 or something, whatever that extra little bit was. All of that just abruptly stopped at the same time, and it felt terrifying. It would be nice, obviously, to get child support. I've got 2 sons. It would, it could pay some of the rent or something, but it has felt nice to know that I'm completely doing this on my own, that I am forging my own path. Nobody can hold it over my head that, like, they're supporting me or helping me or anything like that. So it's felt nice, but no, I do get all of my income from YouTube and Etsy at this point. Pretty soon, hopefully, from a paper planner line. We will see. How do you budget a single low-income monthly paycheck? I want to start budgeting. You will find my initial videos very helpful, I think, because I was budgeting with much less money. I did have, I want to say it was $2,000. And then when the child tax credit, when I started getting that, it was up to like $2,400. I'm not sure exactly what it was. My memory is just, I'm very like, what's happened this week? Like, I don't even know actually what I had for dinner last night. But I will say, though, if you want to see a low income, you can see my actual low income from the start of this channel, which was like $2,000. And I think it was like $2,500, but maybe $800 of that was rent. So I didn't have a lot to play around with. I see you're working with $1,300, so I would assume that you either have very low rent or you don't have rent. It's hard to gauge like exactly what you should do with your budget unless I were to see what your expenses are, because some people, like, if you don't have bills, then it would be easier for me to say like, this is what you need to do. Keeping in mind, though, I am not a financial advisor. I am not someone who is qualified to really answer these kinds of questions. But I mean, I have an opinion about literally everything. So I could have an opinion for you if I had more information. But I will say it might be helpful for you to go and see my initial videos that I put up on this channel, because I was working with much less money at that time. Okay, answered that question. I answered this question. What do you use to edit your videos? I use Adobe Rush. I think I did answer that question already too. How are your kids doing? You've shared in the past they have a medical condition. That is why you were looking to move to Nashville. So I will say, from like an advocacy and like sharing what they have ARPKD. It's autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease. So I feel like that's important to put out there, because I do want to bring awareness to such situations. It basically leads to kidney decline and liver decline over time, usually leading to transplants. And I say usually leading to transplants. As far as I'm aware, with ARPKD, it always leads to transplants, usually by teen, young adult years, sometimes much earlier. So I will say, with my sons, we are very lucky that they have not been transplanted already, because most ARPKD kids need transplants right away or very soon. And, you guys can look up ARPKD. Again, trying to keep like awareness that my kids could happen upon my videos at some time, but I wouldn't want to freak them out, because there are transplants, there are options, there are medications post-transplant that really help people live a fulfilled life, right? So how are they doing? They are doing amazing. Neither one of them are on the transplant list. You can't be on the transplant list until you reach a certain point of decline with your kidney or your liver. So they will not be listed until they reach that decline. At this point, they go in for monitoring every 6 months to every year, depending on just how things are looking and how things are declining. So it is a very serious condition, but I have hope in medicine. I have hope that things will continue to advance, and transplants for liver and kidney can be very successful. I always feel the need to advocate and announce ARPKD, though, because with livers especially, they tend to get a bad rap. When people think of liver failure or liver issues, they unfortunately tend to think of alcoholism or people mistreating their body in some way. People don't tend to think of like genetic conditions, right? So I just want you to be aware. I feel like because I have this platform, it's the perfect opportunity to be able to announce that you don't know somebody's story. There are not only ARPKD, but there's many reasons that somebody's kidney or liver can be declining. They could need dialysis, they could need transplants, and you don't know their story. I think the world is getting better. I think that people are becoming more aware that you don't know somebody's story until you ask it. But I know when I was a kid, you know, if somebody had health conditions or whatever, that you're like, oh, they should have taken care of themselves, you know? But that's just not the way things are, and especially when it comes to genetics. So my kids right now are doing amazing. They are happy, healthy little boys. They are living their best life. We don't have any complications because of their ARPKD currently. I don't know, I feel like my rush to move was because I really wanted to get them grounded somewhere next to a great hospital, go ahead and grow up with their friends there. I have put that move on hold just because as I build businesses and things, I'm realizing like, okay, when we have to move, we can move. We have so much support and love here. So I hate to pull my kids away from that because I think that is truly what they need right now. And my job and my work can move with me. Hopefully things keep moving upward and I can be successful anywhere and move when I have to move with them. Right? So thank you for asking. I love that you guys care about my kids and that you are invested in them. I hope that you guys will help spread awareness about ARPKD and just other genetic conditions that are out of people's control. And next time you hear about somebody needing a transplant or having any kinds of an issue, I hope that you will be very compassionate in understanding that a lot of times it is something that has been completely out of their control and it is their story to tell and let us know about before we kind of jump to ideas, right? Okay, so she has cash and plans, says, thanks for the shout out, Jordan. That is Ureli. If you guys have not checked her out, this is also her 1 year day on YouTube. So as of today, she's also been on YouTube for 1 year. Absolutely, like I've said before, adore her. Can you create a playlist? Let's see. I think we might have answered everything here. First budget binder. Oh, okay. So this is a new question. Esme says, what is your first budget binder and do you still have it? I don't know if I still have it because I moved from the apartment to the house. Some of my stuff is still packed up. I will have to see if I still have it. It was a snap button, not a magnetic like little binder, but it was very similar to what I have now. I'll have to find it and show you guys in another video. We're running low on time, so I'm trying to get to all the questions very quickly. Okay, that is it. I do think there was a couple questions on this new video that is about to go live. So let's go over to this video. There was just a couple of comments, so let's see if there was some questions that were posted here. This is the video that I'm about to go live and get on to chat with you guys with. Yeah, so there's some comments. Let's see if there's questions here. Do you keep your emergency fund in the bank as well as envelopes other than the $100 challenge? Is there a buffer? So this, with the business, again, answering a question you didn't exactly ask, but here goes. With the business, I have had a hard time keeping my bank account where I want it to be. So let me answer your ideal and then what's happening because of business money. And maybe you guys have a solution for me. So my ideal is to I have one savings account, just one. I think it gets over confusing if I have more than one account. So I have one savings account. And then in those cash envelopes, you will see I have placeholders. And that lets me know what all of that money goes towards. So like in one envelope, I might have $500 in placeholders or fake money. And then in the savings account in the bank, I might have $3,000 right now. I don't even know what it is, but whatever it is, 500 of that 3,000 goes towards, say, the birthday party. 2,000 of that 3,000 goes towards the 100 envelope savings challenge. And the other 500 might go to a new car. Wherever we're at, I'm just throwing things out there because I don't have my binders to know. But basically all the money in that one savings account is accounted for in my binders with the placeholder money. I always want to have about $50 as a buffer in my account. I also have one credit card, so if something were to happen and I need money, I use the credit card. If something happens and I use the credit card though, I then immediately go pull the money from whatever binders that category like comes from, and I pay off the credit card. So money's never sitting on my credit card or being like, my credit card is not rolling with extra bills or something, right? Here's what has actually been happening though, because of the business. So because of the business, I tend to have extra buffer in my account than what I want sitting there. And sometimes it's a lot because I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this big business purchase. I need $500 for this or whatever. So I have been having extra buffer money. Some of it is getting spent frivolously. We're going to give up on that word because I can't do it. Some of it is just being spent. It's not going towards the business. And then sometimes the business expense is more than I expected it to be, so I need to put it on the credit card. There's a lot of money shuffling that is happening because of business growth and because of money things happening there. I think what I'm going to do to accommodate that, so basically, yes, there is a $50 buffer that should be there, but then everything else is in my money binders or in that one savings account. And that one savings account is just to get that money out of the house. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make a business binder so that I can go back to my $50 buffer, and just as soon as any extra money comes in, I'm going to pull it and put it into my cash business binder, and I will use the credit card to pay business things and then pull from the business cash when I need it. Did that make sense? I'm so sorry. Sometimes I'm telling you, today is one of those days where my language is just not there with me, and I'm not sure it's all coming out correctly. But that is both what I'm currently doing versus what I intend to do. And so I'm hoping things get back on track soon. But these last couple months have been a little bit crazy. Ooh, okay, so I just answered this one. Do you keep all the money that you put in the bank in one account or multiple? I was thinking of opening a few accounts so I don't mix up the money. To me, it is so much easier to have one account. I tried doing 2 accounts, and even that was a little bit too much. So I like having the one savings account and then having placeholder or fake money to put in there. And then whenever I need to pull money, it's all coming from one spot. The reason I think this is better is because if something happens and you're pulling, say I have a day where like I need a new tire, I need more gas than I thought I needed, I need something for the boys comes up, I don't want to go to several savings accounts in my bank to pull that money. I want to pull, money shuffling. This is the behind the scenes. Okay. I want to be able to go to my binder for those 5 categories, pull all that cash and put it in my bank account, and then be able to pull, say some of it was savings, say some of it was real money, some of it was placeholder money. I want to be able to pull whatever real money I need, whatever placeholder money I need, insert real money into the bank, and then just pull from one savings account. If you have 10 savings account or 5 savings account or whatever, and different things come up, you're going to have to be pulling from all these different accounts, and it's just going to be a little bit more chaotic. Or like, what if one account you only have $100, but life happens and you need $500? Well, then you're trying to like money shuffle around all this stuff. Whereas you could just say, okay, I need to look at my binders, I need to pull $500, and then either pay it with that money or from the savings account or whatever. Like, I don't know. To me, there's just a little bit less behind the scenes shuffle that happens if you only have one account. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. If you do have multiple accounts, tell us how you do it and how do you do the money shuffle if and when life happens, because like life happens, you know? And so I think that just gets a little bit too much for me. For me, it was just too much. Oh, that's so sweet. Virginia says, I like how you explain things. If you like how I explain things in this video, then I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate that you can follow my brain, because sometimes I can really do it and sometimes my brain is just not with it yet. What was the first savings challenge you did, and how long did it take you to pay off your first debt or finish your first challenge? My first savings challenge I did was probably just the general emergency savings. I'm kind of guessing, but I do know when I was brand new to the community, when I was brand new to, oh, my alarm's about to go off because I'm about to catch you guys in the chat. When I was brand new to savings challenges, I it was just one of the first ones I found that I was like, emergency savings, that's so smart. Like, I was just so new to the budgeting community that was the first one I was excited about. What new merchandise will you sell? I'm excited about the planners. I'm trying to rush through these last few. The merchandise I will sell is going to be planners next, and then there's going to be new binder styles on my Etsy shop soon, like within the next month or so. I will still have my old binders and new designs, but I will say the next big thing I'm going to launch actually is going to be the paper planner line. Jordan, maybe a merch line, first t-shirt, all the things. Yes, Cheryl, that is so funny. I would love to do a t-shirt line. If you guys are for real interested in having a few fun t-shirts, let me know. I will look into that. Looks like some of you guys are interested in, this is the week we get our lives together. That is so funny. That is another one. So I would love to have a few fun sayings. If you would like to see, there's the alarm. So we're about to go live, so I'm going to have to stop this recording very soon. I would love to launch a t-shirt line. If you guys are genuinely interested, let me know, and let me know some of the fun sayings you would like to see on the t-shirt lines. That is so fun. Okay, do you have a cell phone bill? I've never seen that bill. I do not have a cell phone bill. My mom is on a cell phone plan with Cricket Wireless, and she is grandfathered into getting, she has 5 lines on it. All for 4 lines are $25 per month with like all the bells and whistles. We're just grandfathered into this good plan. So it's $25 a month, and then the 5th phone is free. And so when we set this all up like 5 years ago, I was like the poor struggling one of the group. I couldn't even afford $25, so I'm the free phone. So I don't have a cell phone bill at the moment. The thing is, if I get off of that line, I think she loses the line. So like, it's kind of ridiculous for me anytime soon to stop, because if they change that cell phone number or want to shift it to somebody else or something, then we don't get it for free. I should probably at some point start paying her $25 so that she can get the free line. It just hasn't happened. What homeschooling curriculum are you using? I have used Homeschool Complete and The Good and the Beautiful. I love The Good and the Beautiful. I absolutely adore most of their curriculum. The math and the handwriting are my favorite from them though. Amanda, I've got to go catch you guys in the chat, but I will do a full homeschool curriculum video very soon, because I would love to share with you guys some of my favorite cheap, free, excuse my voice. Sorry, I need some water. I will share with you guys soon some of my favorite cheap and free and just all-time favorite homeschool curriculum. This is my first full year homeschooling though, so I feel like things will change a lot as I learn a lot more, but I do know just from using The Good and the Beautiful, because I use them for preschool. I used them some this year. I know I adore them. My favorite thing about them though is their math curriculum. I think they're doing amazing with that. Okay, with all of that, I'm going to get going. I'm going to catch you guys on this 1 year on YouTube live that is about to, or premiere. It's about to launch though, and I'm going to get to chat with you guys over here. So that is it for now. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. Thank you for catching these premieres and chatting with me if you were able to chat with me. If you're catching me after the fact, thank you for watching all the way through. As always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.